I recently joined Ali Abdal's YouTube course. It's really cool, and I got a great idea yesterday from one of the other students on the course. He suggested I should make a video showing people how to learn guitar in one summer, which is a pretty cool idea. You know, it's a fun challenge for me as a guitar teacher to condense the learning into 1 3-month period, and also a fun challenge for you to learn this amazing instrument in like one defined period. So firstly, is it possible to learn guitar in one summer? Well, yeah, it is, just about, but you'll need to practice quite a lot. Dreams don't work unless you do. Okay, step number 1, get a guitar that's perfect for a beginner. It doesn't matter if it's an electric or acoustic, but it does matter that it has a nice thin neck that you'll find it easy to shape your hand around. There's a finite distance between your first finger and your thumb, and that's your reach as a guitarist. And you'll be surprised at how different guitars are. They're not all the same, far from it. There's a massive range of models in the guitar world, and amongst many other things, some have really thick necks and some have really thin necks. And the thin neck guitars are much easier to learn on. Go to a guitar shop, try it out. Even if you can't play a single chord yet or a single note, just go and try some guitars. Feel on the neck how it accepts your hands. Some are kind of really thick and rigid and unwelcoming, and some call to you, you know, it's like the guitar chooses you, kind of. Seriously though, don't try and learn on a classical guitar like a Spanish guitar. They have really thick necks that are really kind of square at the top edge here. Lots of people try to learn on them, and they're just, in my opinion, they're like the worst possible type of guitar that you can use to learn. Thicker guitar necks make it harder for you to get your fingers round. One of the main things that beginners struggle with is reach. It's being able to actually get round to the chords. So the thinner the neck is, the more reach that gives you as a guitarist. Okay, step number 2, put extra light gauge strings on the guitar. Your local guitar shop will do this for you for 10 quid, you know, $10. It's not an expensive thing. If you buy your guitar from them, they'll probably restring it for free if you ask them. Extra light gauge strings sound fantastic, and they're much easier to play than thicker strings. They're much gentler on new guitarists' squishy fingertips, and trust me, you will thank me for this tip. And probably the best thing that why I recommend all of our new students restring with extra light gauge strings is it's easier to press the strings down. That's the big benefit. It makes it easier for you to cleanly make chord shapes. I think using extra light gauge strings makes everything about 10% easier for beginners. You know, if I was going to quantify it, that's the kind of difference it makes. And in the early days, you know, you want every marginal gain you can get. Everything that makes it easier, we want that. Okay, one of the classic mistakes that beginner guitarists make is they choose a guitar pick that's too thick. They kind of try out different picks in a guitar shop, and they always end up picking one that's too chunky, and that's not what we want. It makes it much harder for you to strum in a fluid and musical way if you've got this really rigid guitar pick in between your fingers. Is it a pick or is it a plectrum? I still don't know. They're both the same thing. Now, no matter what you might think, please don't try learning to play with your thumb like this. Okay, that's not what we want. Sorry, Jeff Beck, that's not what we want. Strumming with your thumb is a really bad and limiting habit to get into, and we really don't want that. It's going to make things harder for you further down the line. The important thing here is to choose a guitar pick that's between about 0.5 and 0.73 in thickness. It might feel really flimsy, but that's actually what you want as a beginner. You don't want much resistance when you're strumming. As you improve as a guitarist, you might want more control, and in that case, you can go up to, you know, chunkier thicknesses, like maybe, you know, a 0.88 or maybe even above that. Okay, so now you've got your ideal guitar, you've got extra light gauge strings on the guitar, and you've got your perfect beginner pick. Now we're ready to get our hands on the guitar and start making some music. Focus on chords. Riffs and lead guitar are lots of fun, and by all means, you know, learn riffs as well. But the majority of your time should be focused on chords. That's the best place to begin. Chords are the foundation of everything we do as guitarists. Learn to play G, D, E minor, and C. These are the most important chords for guitarists to know, and you can play thousands of songs with just those 4 chords. Seriously, I'm not kidding, you can play thousands of songs with just those 4 chords. Check out the description, and I'll put a link in there for a list of songs that you can play with just those 4 chords. Okay, super quick. G, D, E minor, and C. Most people can pick up E minor quite quickly, and most people can figure out G, but the C and the D chords, they're trickier. Use stepping stone chords to accelerate your progress. This makes everything easier. Using stepping stone chords is a concept I invented that's a cornerstone of my teaching philosophy. It makes everything easier, and it gives new guitarists a gentler on-ramp to the guitar world. And most people don't even know about this stuff. Like, did you know that there's an easy version of every guitar chord? There is, and most new guitarists have no idea about this. You can learn a lot more about stepping stone chords over at our website, nationalguitaracademy.com. This will make learning the guitar faster and easier for you, especially if you want to learn guitar in one summer. To make this as easy as possible for you, I've included a stepping stone chord guide in the description to this video. It's a direct link to the PDF, so you don't need to, opt in or anything like that. It's just a free gift from me to you, and I hope it helps you. Don't learn Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or any other kind of boring, like exercise or classroom type songs. That's not what we're looking for here. Learn songs that you love, complete songs. Go to the Ultimate Guitar site and you can find, every chords to every song. Again, I'll put a link in the description. If you're completely new to the guitar world, you might not even know Ultimate Guitar exists. It's a brilliant resource for guitarists. Also, one thing that's quite cool over on Ultimate Guitar is there's a transpose button, which allows you to change the key of the song, so the chords will be in the key of G, which means you'll be able to play lots of those songs with G, E minor, C and D. It won't work for every song, but it will work for many songs. So if you can just get those 4 chords down, then you can go to Ultimate Guitar, click the transpose button to move the key up or down, and then you should be able to play, hundreds, thousands of songs. So the reason why I want you to learn songs that you love, it has to be songs that really matter to you and mean something to you, is that will keep you going when you're feeling frustrated or you don't want to practice. Don't underestimate this. If you learn music that you really love, that gives you the rocket fuel that you need to keep going. When I started playing, I wanted to learn Wonderwall by Oasis. That was a song that I absolutely loved at that time, and I wanted to learn it to impress a girl that I was head over heels in love with. So don't learn songs that don't mean anything to you. There has to be some love in there. It makes what you're doing resonate more. It makes it matter more to you. You'll enjoy your practice time more. That means that you'll learn faster if you play songs that you love. Ideally, try and practice for an hour a day. If you want to learn in 3 months, you've got to hit this hard, you've got to stick to it. But as a minimum, aim to practice for about 20 minutes a day. Don't save your practice up for a big block at the weekend. That's not the way to do it. Then, life gets in the way, things go wrong. And also, the frequency of your practice matters. Little and often is much better than saving it all up for the weekend and then trying to do it in 1 3-hour block. Don't keep your guitar in a case or in some obscure room in the house where you won't see it. The guitar needs to be out. You need to see it each day. You need to be able to pick it up at a moment's notice. For completely new guitarists, I don't even like them to put straps on the guitar because I don't want it to be any physical barrier at all. You want to just be able to pick it up and play it in a couple of seconds. But so many people lock the guitar away somewhere in a case or hang it up on the wall. That's not too bad. But your music should be around us. It should be something that we feel and experience and is part of the moments of our day. So keep your guitar somewhere where you can easily get at it. Try some practice chord drills and download our chord learning program. Now personally, I'm not a big fan of practice drills. I'd much rather people learn just by playing songs. But I recognize that some people like to learn in a kind of structured way, with clear guidance. Do this, then this 50 times, then do this, then this 50 times, or whatever it might be. So in the description, I've included a link to a chord drills practice program that we put together that you can follow this summer. My next tip is join our programs. If you want to learn the guitar, great. It would absolutely be my pleasure, to help you along your musical journey. We aim for our courses to entertain, inspire and educate our students. If you're interested in that, go over to nationalguitaracademy.com. There's loads of stuff there that will help you have a good look around, dig into it all. The vast majority of it is free. There's hundreds of hours of free content on there. So yeah, check it out, nationalguitaracademy.com. There's also an easy chords section over there on the site, which will help you learn faster and reduce frustration. It'll be a real goldmine for you. If you're stuck with certain chords, you can see the easy ways to play those chords on the site. Hire a guitar teacher. Finding a brilliant local guitar teacher to teach you one-on-one I think that's still the best way to learn, because you get that dedicated one-to-one feedback. Now, as somebody who owns 2 guitar schools, I know that it's hard to find really, really good guitar teachers, and a lot of people kind of try one, and if it doesn't work out, they think, it's not really for me. But that's not the way to look at it. What I'd encourage you to think is, right, I'm going to try 5 or 6 guitar teachers. One of them will resonate with me. And don't be afraid about hopping around and trying different teachers, because you need to find someone who clicks with you, who gets what you're trying to do, teaches you in a way that works for you. If you live in a big city, it shouldn't be a problem to find loads of different guitar teachers that you can try. If you live somewhere a bit more rural, then it might be more of a challenge. In that case, you may be better off going down the online route. And as I always say to all of our students, try everything. You learn different things from different people. It's good. You want to have a blend of influences. I'll teach you some stuff. Other YouTube guitarists will teach you some stuff. Your local guitar teacher will teach you some stuff. Other musicians will teach you stuff. You need to kind of be like a sponge and soak it up from all different directions. Okay, my next tip is have fun on YouTube. YouTube is an absolute goldmine for guitarists. The big downside is it's not really structured in any kind of a way in most cases. But the big benefit is there's just so many great channels that you can check out. I absolutely love Paul David's YouTube channel, Rhett Shull, Tim Pierce. These are guys that I watch regularly, and I just love how much they love the music. I think that really comes over in the videos. And I think what you find is that as you watch different channels or read different books or websites or whatever, you get these new pieces of information. They're like jigsaw pieces, and you kind of need to assemble them all, before you can see the picture. So yeah, learn from multiple sources. Music is an amazing gift for us all. It really is one of the blessings of life, I think. I just love it to bits. I love it more each day, even though I've been, doing this for decades. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. If you want more stuff like this, subscribe to the channel. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've now got a list of cool ideas for how you can learn guitar in one summer. It's quite a cool challenge, I think. It's doable, and make sure that you check out the links and stuff in the description, because I'll add some extra stuff in there that will make it easier for you to implement the things that we've discussed in this video. Learning the guitar is the best thing that I think I've ever done in my life, and I really wish you all the luck in the world on your musical journey, and I hope that you successfully learn to play the guitar this summer.